Ripa mourns the loss of screen legend Robert Redford on Live. He's just always been a person in the zeitgeist through all of the generations. The world of entertainment is mourning the loss of one of Hollywood's most enduring icons, Robert Redford. Known globally as an actor, director, producer, and environmental activist, Redford's passing has left a void in the cultural fabric of cinema. On a recent episode of Live with Kelly and Mark, longtime host Ripa opened up about the impact Redford had on her personally and on generations of fans who grew up watching his films. With a heartfelt tribute, Ripa referred to him as a screen legend who has always been a person in the zeitgeist through all of the generations. Her words struck a chord with viewers, many of whom tuned in not only to witness her raw emotions, but also to collectively share in the grief over losing one of Hollywood's greatest storytellers. The moment became more than just another celebrity tribute. It was a reminder of Redford's cross-generational appeal and the cultural milestones he helped shape. Ripa's emotional tribute. During the opening moments of the show, Ripa took a few minutes to address Redford's passing before moving into the usual light-hearted segments. Her voice trembled as she described what it felt like to grow up watching Redford on the screen and later, to witness the way his work transcended boundaries. He was just always there, she said. Not in the way where it felt intrusive, but in the way where his work became a part of your life. For so many of us, Robert Redford represented the very best of Hollywood storytelling. He was timeless, graceful, and powerful all at once. Ripa's co-host and husband, Mark Consuelos, sat beside her, nodding in agreement. He added that Redford's career was a masterclass in versatility, pointing to films like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, The Sting, All the President's Men, and Ordinary People. The couple recalled how Redford's roles were so iconic that they defined eras in Hollywood history. For Ripa, the grief was also personal. She reflected on how Redford's career intersected with her own dreams of working in television and film. You didn't have to be in Hollywood to be inspired by him. For me, growing up in New Jersey and watching him on the big screen, he showed us what it looked like to have dignity in your craft. He had a sense of purpose, and you could feel it every time he spoke or appeared in a film. A screen legend remembered. Robert Redford's career spanned more than 6 decades. He was not only celebrated for his stunning good looks, often described as the epitome of Hollywood charm, but also for the substance he brought to every role. Redford's impact wasn't confined to acting. He became a highly respected director, winning an Academy Award for Ordinary People in 1981. Ripa emphasized this duality in her tribute. He wasn't just the leading man. He was also the visionary behind the camera, someone who wanted to tell stories that mattered. That's what separates a star from a legend. As she spoke, the studio audience erupted in applause, recognizing the truth in her words. Redford's legacy extended beyond entertainment. He was a founder of the Sundance Film Festival, which opened doors for countless independent filmmakers. It's impossible to think about the film industry without thinking of him, Ripa added. He gave voice to new generations of storytellers, and that's a gift that will keep on giving. Generations connected by Redford. One of the most powerful parts of Ripa's tribute came when she addressed how Redford's presence remained constant across multiple generations. She noted that her parents adored his films in the 1960s and 1970s, while she herself grew up watching him in the 1980s and 1990s. Now, she pointed out, her own children are aware of his legacy because of his later work and cultural relevance. He's just always been there in the zeitgeist, she said. From our parents' time to our kids' time, everyone knows Robert Redford. Even if they haven't seen all his movies, they know who he is and what he represents. That kind of influence is rare. Very few people manage to stay relevant for that long. Indeed, Redford was one of the few actors whose career spanned so many decades without ever losing significance. His early roles established him as a matinee idol, but his evolution into a filmmaker and activist expanded his cultural importance. To Ripa, this longevity was part of what made his passing feel so profound. You feel like he's always been there and would always be there, she said. It's hard to imagine the world without him. Hollywood reacts. Ripa's tribute was part of a larger wave of responses across Hollywood and beyond. Actors, directors, and fans have all taken to public platforms to express their sorrow and gratitude for Redford's body of work. Many highlighted his enduring partnerships, such as his legendary collaboration with Paul Newman, while others spoke of his influence on social and political issues through his activism. Ripa's reflections stood out because they came from a place of relatability. Unlike actors who had worked with Redford directly, Ripa represented the millions of fans who admired him from a distance. Her words echoed the sentiments of ordinary viewers who felt a personal connection to the actor's films. The power of storytelling. Throughout her tribute, Ripa returned to the theme of storytelling. She explained that Redford's true magic lay in his ability to tell stories that resonated universally, whether he was acting, directing, or mentoring young filmmakers. Every film he made had something to say, she reflected. Even in roles where he was just the charming hero, there was depth behind his eyes. He brought meaning to everything he did. That's what storytelling is. It's not just entertaining people, it's making them think and feel. For Ripa, this philosophy has influenced her own career. As someone who has spent decades hosting one of television's most popular morning shows, she understands the importance of connecting with an audience. Robert Redford showed us that authenticity matters. You can't fake it. You have to show up and be real, and that's why people connected with him. An icon beyond the screen. Ripa also touched on Redford's environmental activism, reminding viewers that his contributions weren't limited to Hollywood. He was a passionate advocate for nature conservation, dedicating much of his life to causes that protected the planet. He cared about the earth as much as he cared about film, she said. That kind of balance is inspiring. He wasn't just a celebrity, he was a citizen of the world, someone who used his platform for good. We need more of that. Her acknowledgement of this aspect of Redford's life highlighted how multifaceted his legacy truly is. To many, he represented not just the golden age of Hollywood, but also a forward-thinking leader who believed in progress and change. A personal loss for fans. As Ripa concluded her tribute, she admitted that Redford's death felt strangely personal. It's funny how someone you've never met can mean so much to you, she said. That's the power of movies. You sit in a dark theater, you watch a story unfold, and you carry it with you forever. Robert Redford gave us those moments. He gave us pieces of himself that we'll never forget.